Believers, when you finally see how worldlings really are mentally, you wouldn't be so, I'd say, you wouldn't be so interested anymore in getting involved with them. Because this is what you need to understand about this world. Things are attractive to you if a great outcome is suggested to you in association with whatever object is presented to you. For example, if someone wants to sell a car to you, why do they put those attractive females in an advertisement near the car? They want you to associate your sexual longings with the car. Can the car provide or satisfy your sexual longings? No, absolutely not. It's a machine. Anyone knows that. But because in your mind, when you see the car, you think about those attractive women, because of that, the car becomes a suggestion that if you have the car, for some reason, you have a chance of having your sexual urges met. So it's this association in your mind that makes the car attractive. Of course, when you purchase the car, you realize that the car comes with costs. You need to put gasoline in it, you need to wash it, you need to pay insurance for it, and then you realize that there is no sexual satisfaction coming. But the suggestion of sexual satisfaction was suggested onto you in the advertisement, and that made the car appear relevant to you. Let's go back to the Garden of Eden, okay? Yet trillions and trillions of trees throughout the earth. And yet two trees in the Garden of Eden, the tree of life and the tree of knowledge and good and evil. Adam and Eve ate from any tree they encountered, except from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. So the tree of knowledge of good and evil wasn't relevant at all. Because he had trillions and trillions of trees all over the place. The whole earth was one big tropical house back then. So when Satan came in the form of a serpent to Eve, he first attacked God's faithfulness to Eve. So when he suggested unto Eve that God is not really for her, that God is not really interested in her, Eve felt rejected. And now because Eve operated in rejection, whatever was irrelevant suddenly became of supreme importance. So first, Satan suggested that God doesn't care about you. And that the reason God doesn't want you to eat from a tree because there is something with a tree that will benefit you, but God is withholding you this benefit. So the serpent, or as Satan, suggested that there is a great outcome with this tree. Was there a great outcome with the tree? No, there wasn't. But because Eve was traumatized into thinking that God is not interested in her, she felt rejected, because human beings are designed to be loved, and we are designed to be wanted. So when we feel unwanted, we seek compensation for the pain of feeling unwanted. That's how human beings are. So when Eve felt unwanted, the natural thing for her to do is to look for some compensation. And now Satan suggested unto her, this tree will compensate the fact that the Heavenly Father is not interested in you. Now when Eve looked at the tree was very desirable, and she became infatuated with the tree. She really developed an urge to eat from the tree. Hold on! So all this time that Eve was going throughout the earth with Adam, she didn't even bother with that tree of knowledge of good and evil. But now that she felt rejected, to get rid of the pain of rejection, that tree became so important. Now, this is something you need to notice about the fallen mind of the world. Things that really aren't that important get the most relevance by worldly people. And things that are often of daily importance, they neglect. Why is that? Because worldlings are on the run. Worldlings want to flee. Worldlings don't want to face the mentality of rejection that they've inherited from Adam. They don't want to face that. If they face it, they'll realize that it's not their fault, and then will realize, you know what, it's not our fault, so there's a solution for us. And then they will realize Christ is the solution. But worldlings don't even want to face this mind of rejection that they have. So they long for compensation, and that's where professionalism comes in. Professionalism is when worldlings believe in the excellency of a service or an object because they think that effort is made for them. It goes like this. Worldlings operate in rejection. They don't want to feel the rejection, but they operate in it. So, when they feel rejected, they want something to make them feel good on the inside. And what makes them feel good when people make effort for them? Because rejection implies that you're not worthy. Rejection implies that you're not of importance. So worldlings want external validation that they matter. That's what worldlings crave for. So when you do something and you do much effort in doing for worldlings, they will fall over for you. But here's the thing, worldlings even want to control whether they want it or not. So worldlings, even when you do things for them in an excellent way, they can still refuse it. Why? Because they're projecting their rejection onto you. For them to feel, let me say this, they operate in rejection, so they want you to make effort for them, but at the same time, they're upset that they have this pain of rejection. So now they want to take it out on you, so they want to say no to you or reject you. So worldlings eventually will project the rejection they're operating in onto others. That's where disliking other people or hating other people comes from. They are projecting their rejection on the outside. So worldlings want to project the rejection on the outside, and they want others to make effort for them. That's what worldlings want. It's all about them being relieved on the inside. So when you're dealing with worldlings, you're dealing with addicts. You're dealing with people who don't want to think, they don't want to consider things, they don't want to make effort, they just want to be left alone, and at the same time they want to avoid any ruin that comes from their fleeing. They're the ones fleeing, that causes problems and ruin, and they don't want to deal with the ruin. So for worldlings, you're only a hero when you bail them out from the consequences of their defective thinking. Worldlings don't want to face their defective thinking, so they want others to bail them out. And the two types of bailouts worldlings crave. Someone to violate, so by violating someone, they feel important, and they want people to make effort for them, to also make them feel important. So that's why in society, you have two jokers, two categories of victims. You have the black and white joker, those are the scapegoats, they are dumped upon, they're violated, discriminated, nobody wants anything to do with them, people feel comfortable treating them like trash. And will actually treat them worse than trash, because even trash they treat with some decency when processing it. And then you have the others that are overwhelmed with luxury, they are the celebrities. So both the celebrities as well as the marginalized scapegoats belong to the same category. They are the cocaine shot of the masses to be relieved. So in this world, if you want to be established in any shape or form, you need to bend over to this relief seeking of the masses. If you, for example, let's say you're a photographer and you love making landscape photographs and just put them on your Instagram, you put them somewhere. You're not interested in getting validation from others, just do what you want to do. Eventually, worldlings will notice that you're not seeking their approval. And when you're not seeking their approval and you're just content with what you're doing, they feel rejected. Why? Because in their mind, you should be just as addicted as they are and just as afraid of the violence of others. But when you just do what you love to do, and you're not bothered at all by what others think or say, worldlings will take that as you thinking you don't need them. And in practice, in doing what you do, you don't need them. That's a fact. And that fact is something worldlings can't handle. So when worldlings see you doing what you love to do, without consulting them, without seeking their approval, they turn on you. They turn into trolls and they begin to tear down what you're doing. What you're doing can be good. What you're doing can be constructive, but they tear it down because you don't ask for their permission. They can't sabotage you and have a grip on you. When worldlings can't control you, they become upset. And here's the thing, if you are self-confident in the sense that the criticism of others don't affect you, don't think that the world will praise you as a stable individual. They'll hate you more. The world will only praise people that are emotionally addicted to their approval. The world will only embrace you if they can violate you with their violence. If the world can't violate you with their violence, they will let it know to you that they want you dead. Worldlings will discard you when they cannot violate you. That's how those beings think. So let's say you love to make photos, okay? You use an expensive camera also to do it. But let's say now that you carry some symbol of Instagram or from Twitter or whatever. You carry this symbol that says that you are verified. The fact alone that you have this symbol on your profile, that makes worldlings accept you, because that means that you need external approval. And now, because they see this tiny symbol that you've been verified, now they will treat your work differently. You can have two photographers, both are taking photographs of the same plot of land. One has a verification symbol on his profile, the other does not. What are they going to do with the one without the symbol? They will discard that individual and they'll give lovely comments on the one that is verified. That is how worldlings do. When you don't need their approval, they turn on you. So to be a pro in the world and to be established in the world, you need to bend over to the relief seeking of the masses. If you don't do that, you become a target. Why do you think stand-up comedians are so praised by the world? Why? Stand-up comedians talk about very trashy things that happen in society, things that really cannot be tolerated. Yet people laugh at it when stand-up comedians are mentioning them. Things as sexism, racism, exploitation of children, or whatever. They talk about it openly, stand-up comedians. Let's say you have a stand-up comedian and now you have a truther on YouTube mentioning facts. Why is it that the truther on YouTube is banned or often attacked and wished harm upon, and a stand-up comedian is praised? Because stand-up comedian makes effort to make others feel good on the inside. There is this pagan, I believe, pagan philosopher. His name is Oscar Wilde, and he said when he was alive, if you tell the truth, make people laugh or else they'll kill you. And that's how worldlings are. So believers, do you still want the approval of the world? Are you still so interested in these people? Think thrice, please.